15 years old and from Colville in Leicestershire. I was diagnosed with epilepsy in March 2010 after 3 seizures. The first one was in October 2008. They thought that was a one-off due to sleep deprivation. But then in December 2009 I had another seizure after a day trip to London, and this prompted the A&E department to refer me for investigation. I was having the tests, and then on the results day of the tests I had another seizure that morning, and so I actually went from A&E straight to the consultant for my appointment. And it was this, along with the EEG results and the MRI results, that they decided to put me on lamotrigine, but it was only a small dose. Because I was still feeling quite ill from that third seizure, and my parents were obviously upset, at the time the consultant only explained to us that the results showed I had epilepsy and that he was going to put me on this medication. I then went home to rest, and he got an appointment sorted out for about a fortnight so that he could actually go through in detail what the results had shown him, and actually explain when I was feeling better, what it all meant. He also provided us with a lot of leaflets on seizures, on my medication, as well as other things, practical things like breathable pillows and things like that. He also gave us details on how to contact him and his epilepsy nurse, and said that if we ever wanted to see him, he would make sure it was done within a few days. He said that the drugs were called AEDs, and that they would hopefully control my epilepsy, but that he couldn't actually guarantee it, and that they wouldn't cure the epilepsy. He said that some people do grow out of epilepsy, and that this may happen to me, but he can't guarantee that either. He also said that whilst I was on medication, and if my epilepsy was controlled, there wasn't much else he could do, that I could still see him to discuss things, and I could see Bernie, the epilepsy nurse, for any advice and support, even though medically there was nothing they could really do. And this really did put my mind at rest, and made me a lot calmer about the whole experience. The consultant said that the seizures he thought were caused by sleep deprivation and stress, as these seemed to be the only times I was having them. He said I needed to be mindful that I could have them in the day as well, but that I might not. He said that the seizures weren't caused by strobe lights because he'd done the tests to check this, and he said that it could be because my grandma had very bad epilepsy, but I'd got it too. The consultant said that he'd sort out an appointment with the epilepsy nurse so I could meet her and speak to her about maybe talking to other people with epilepsy and get the practical information instead of just test results. Bernie, the epilepsy nurse, spoke to me in detail about how it was important that at all times that one person knew that I'd got epilepsy in case I was to have a seizure. And she said it might be a good idea to get something like an SOS talisman, so that if I didn't want to tell someone I had epilepsy, all I had to tell them was that I've got this information on me in case anything happened. She also said that epilepsy was nothing to be ashamed of, and that it doesn't mean I've got to live my life completely differently, just that there were precautions I needed to take in case I was to have a seizure. She said that I could tell my friends if I wanted, in any way I wanted, on their own or with an adult that already knew I had epilepsy. She said it was something that they might take a while to understand, and that there was information they could read on different websites and the leaflets they'd given me. But she didn't talk about that for too long because I was quite confident anyway about talking to people about it. Now I don't see the epilepsy nurse very much. She's got one clinic a week, and I've got an open appointment to that. When I've needed to see her in the past, the central appointments line has been quite good at getting me in to see her. However, there are occasions that the people on the other end of the phone don't always understand the need for you to see someone, and why you can be quite upset when you want to see someone quite urgently. And that's one of the issues I've noticed. And so they just don't understand that you might be upset, quite nervous, and that you want to see someone quite quickly. I always feel comfortable about speaking to my consultant or epilepsy nurse in an appointment, because they're both really friendly and relaxed when they're talking. And they don't rush you, And if it's an odd question, they won't laugh at you, but they'll laugh with you. And that's really important. They don't talk too much in the appointments. They sort of leave it for you to ask any questions you've got. And I think that's really good because you're not bombarded with information and you get that chance to speak. They don't use jargon or complicated words, unless it's a word you've already used and so they know you understand it. And they don't make you feel embarrassed if you ask them to repeat something or explain what they actually mean. The consultant I see always allows me to be involved in the decision making. For instance, at my last appointment he wanted to reduce my medication and look at maybe taking me off it long term. I was quite nervous about this because I've got underlying conditions as well. And straight away he said, "Don't worry, that's fine, we'll review it again in 9 months." And so I didn't have to feel uncomfortable about maybe saying, "I really don't want to do this." He just said, "It's fine, we'll look at it again in a few months." The GP has always worked with the epilepsy nurse and the consultant about my medication because of those underlying conditions. And they've got quite a good working relationship and always communicate to each other to discuss what my other consultants are talking about too. And so I don't have to worry about things not being discussed or things not being okay because I know that there's that relationship between them all. So far, the school haven't been liaised with by the consultants and the nurses because there hasn't really been too much of a need to so far. But soon I'm going on a residential trip with the school and so I'm hoping there'll be some cross-working then. And I think that's really important because it makes you feel confident about knowing that the people you're going with know that information and it's been given to them first hand by the people that know. My experiences with epilepsy were made better because I've always had that dedicated point of contact with an epilepsy nurse. And it meant that when I first went onto medication, my parents and I could always speak to someone about it if we needed to. For example, when I first went onto medication, I was getting side effects. And we were able to call up the epilepsy nurse, speak to her, and she just said, "It's fine, you'll be okay." And if I hadn't had that contact, I wouldn't have known whether I should be taking them, whether we needed to stop. There was no one we could have gone to. In my opinion, it's been having the chance to voice my views and comments about my epilepsy which has made this relationship with them work. If my epilepsy was worse, I'd hope that the relationship would still work well. Unfortunately, for a lot of young people, this isn't the case. A lot aren't involved in the decision-making process, and it makes you feel out of the loop and disconnected in how your own body is being treated. It makes it hard for you to understand your medication, the results they give you, your seizures and your epilepsy in general, if you don't feel you can speak to them. And we really should be encouraging that. This happens to me a lot when the consultant has had to work with people that aren't in the same PCT area. There can be long periods of waiting for a response from someone else and getting the files they need to them. I've recently been working with the Information Governance Review Panel, and so I completely understand the need for privacy with people's medical information. But when the paperwork and the forms are preventing those important healthcare decisions being made, isn't there a problem with that? In conclusion, I think that there's a need for a dedicated epilepsy specialist nurse for all young people, and we should recognise that and respect that. They're not only just giving you medical advice and guidance, they're there as a listening post when you need them. They save the consultant that precious time and improve our experience as patients. They act as a central point to help manage your epilepsy and how it affects other medical conditions too. In my opinion, epilepsy nurses are the hidden heroes of the NHS. Thank you for listening.